Hello again, Jose Rodriguez back again with another batch of prints to show you all. I got some fairly good comments from people, so I decided to just give you bore you for another 10 minutes and show you some more prints. This is one that I did of Great Falls, Virginia, kayaker down the river, trying to actually get up to the actual falls. And he kept failing miserably, but I did catch him in a very good pose. Here you can see people just looking on the rocks off, on the shoreline of the river, and wondering why this guy wants to commit suicide. But anyway, I printed this on, I think it's polar matte from Red River. It came from a roll. I buy 17-inch rolls and I cut them and use them on my 3800. Works out quite well. Again, K3 inks from OCP. Works really good. Now, here's a stack of examples from the Cason watercolor paper. I think I mentioned to you all the storefront in the historic town of Ellicott City. You can see how beautiful that store is decorated on the outside, and it's just a great place for me to take photos. I love shooting in this shop, and this is the one of the ones that I gave them to put inside their store on display, which they were very gracious to do so. Of course, it was for free, so I'm sure they didn't mind. And here's a few more. I took some close-ups of some of the dresses. You can see how vibrant the colors are, even though it's done on the uncoated watercolor paper. Remember, I used a Krylon low odor glossy spray over them just to give it that little extra oomph. It actually does protect the print quite well. I haven't had any problems with any kind of surface degradation or any of the sort. And you can just see a little bit of sheen. It almost makes this uncoated paper look like it's coated with a really low gloss satin coating, and it really accentuates the blacks and really brings the saturation level quite a bit higher than it does without it. And I'll just go quickly through these. These are the same shop as a series I did for this store. Hope you can see these well enough. Hopefully it'll allow them to maybe make me a few bucks. If not, that's fine. I mean, I don't mind. As long as I get a little bit of publicity, I'm happy. Remember, my thing is printing. I love printing. So this is my primary motivation, is to do prints. Alright, let's keep on going real quick here. This is a shot with I believe I used my 200mm lens. It's a prime lens on my new Nikon D3300. It's not the greatest camera in the world, but it does a beautiful job. And this is one of the streets in old historic Ellicott City, Maryland. Okay, now we're gonna go to my favorite hangout, which is Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And I hope I can, it's very difficult to get these prints out with gloves on. An old farmhouse. Now, I actually printed this and sold copy number 1 to a customer who spent almost $200 on a frame for it. She had it professionally matted, and it's hanging up in her bedroom now. I love this place. It's just, every time I go it's something different. And I've been going there for approximately 20 years, I believe. You can see how stiff this paper is. Look at this. It's amazing. It's wonderful stuff. And it makes you really value a print when you see it, when you feel it in your hands, and it's something sumptuous like this. Now, this is a shot of a outdoor cafe in Annapolis, Maryland, and I turned it into a painting. I actually went over the image on a second layer with a program called Corel Paint, and I actually put in all the brush strokes myself. I used to paint, I used to do art, and did oil painting and acrylic when I was a young 20-year-old. I don't do that anymore, but I decided to do it with the computer, and it turned out quite nice, I think. And I printed it, of course, on that aquarella paper. My lighting is terrible. Anyway, let's continue on. Okay, I shifted the light a little bit. I was getting a bit of glare on the actual prints. This is Burnside Bridge at the Antietam battlefield in Maryland. And that is my wife looking over the bridge. It was desolate that day. Usually it's just packed with tourists. These packs of 30 18 by 24 inch will run you about $38, which is really a drop in the bucket when you consider the quality of this paper. Again, remember, this is used for real watercolor paintings. Ellicott City used to be a very industrial place for textile milling during the 1860s. And a lot of the factories that ran from the power of the Patapsco River, which generated electricity for them, have now basically gone defunct. They're closed. And this is what's left of one of the factories. They took another factory and refurbished it and turned it into condos. And all these young folks are buying these units there. I guess it's quite a thing to say that you live in an old factory. This is Gettysburg again. This is Great Falls. Black and white. And the black and whites just come out lovely on the 3800 with that OCP ink. And I found out that the EPSON can profile for their watercolor paper works beautifully with this paper, so you don't even have to create a profile. I initially did, and now I just don't even use mine. Actually, theirs gives me a little bit more shadow detail and just as good a D-max as the one I created. The one I created was crushing the shadows a little bit. Now here's my grandson when he was a newborn. And this is a photo that I took for my daughter, the mom. He was and still is a sweetheart. Another one of my hangouts, Great Falls. I was at a shop, a garden shop, and I found a lot of these very colorful like metal sculptures. They're actually just letters, and so I shot them to kind of give it a more abstract feel to that, to the actual shapes. You can't really tell that they're letters, but what I want you to see is the way the colors came out on this printer. It's just beyond me. I mean, this is uncoated paper. It's just not supposed to happen. Imagine, I mean, when I saw my first print come out, I was jumping up and down with joy. And here's the last one. So these are all the large prints that I have. Anything else I've already sold and need to probably make reprints. This is a paper that I've been using. This is readily available through most like metropolitan art and craft stores like Michael's, AC Moore, and others. Amazon.com carries it. That's what I do. I get it. If I can't find it at my local shop, which is very rare, I'll just throw an order through Amazon and get it that way. All right. Hope you enjoyed this second show and tell. If you're enjoying this sort of videos and all of the other videos, please subscribe, please like, and if you have any comments, of course, ask below. And until the next time, happy printing. Bye-bye.